what motivated us was these families that are behind me, a lot of them. And we thought of those mothers and fathers sitting in hospital rooms with their children and the ongoing care that they're still physically healing from and certainly emotionally healing from. And that motivated us tremendously.
The man convicted of killing 6 and injuring dozens of others in the Waukesha Christmas parade has been found guilty on all counts and is now waiting for sentencing. Darrell Brooks faces imprisonment of 6 consecutive life sentences plus 859 years of confinement.
CBS 58's Gabriela Becerra has covered this trial since the beginning and is in the studio with a recap.
A nearly month-long trial ultimately came down to a decision made in less than 3 hours. That's the amount of time it took 12 jurors to unanimously decide Darrell Brooks is guilty for driving through the Waukesha Christmas parade, killing 6 and injuring dozens of others.
The court will enter judgments of conviction based upon the verdicts on all 76 counts.
76 guilty verdicts, each one representing lives forever changed by Darrell Brooks.
There was a true sense of joy in the air. Darrell Brooks killed that joy. He replaced it with terror, trauma, and death.
Prosecutors find relief in knowing Brooks will be held accountable for his actions.
As many of these victims have said, this is a joyous day for that reason. It's also the point where we hope everyone can move on from.
District Attorney Sue Opper says her confidence in the investigation and the facts of the case never wavered.
This case was unique because the activity was videotaped.
But the defendant's decision to represent himself and the manner in which he conducted his behavior in the courtroom changed the state's strategy and kept prosecutors on their toes.
It was just so offensive that we definitely were conscious of that in our decision making and how can we minimize this for the best of everyone but still provide a compelling story.
Meanwhile, Brooks never presented a clear-cut defense.
Trying to argue facts of this, facts of that, I'm not going to waste your time doing that.
Instead, he consistently brought up prohibited topics in front of jurors, argued with the judge, and interrupted proceedings, forcing him to forfeit his right to be in the courtroom for parts of the trial.
Mr. Brooks, please stop.
And Judge Jennifer Doro showed patience through it all.
In my almost 11 years on the bench, I've presided over dozens and dozens of cases that have gone to trial. To say that this has been the most challenging of my career would be an understatement.
The court reconvenes on Monday to schedule sentencing. Between now and then, Doro asks that each party figure out who will speak at the sentencing. Reporting in studio, Gabriela Becerra, CBS 58 News.
And Milwaukee's